All right, I'm going to show you how to bisect an angle. The prefix bi means to, and to then the sect part means to cut. So that really what that means is to bisect an angle is to cut an angle into two equal parts, meaning I'm going to split this thing right down the middle. Now again, it's one of those that could you guess? Sure, if I put my compass about right there and I went shoom, it's really, really close to cutting that in half. But again, I need to do a construction because I want it perfect. And so I'm gonna do two examples. I'm gonna bisect this angle and I'm gonna bisect that angle, meaning I'm gonna cut it into half, perfect halves. So we're gonna use the same concepts. We're gonna use the fact that we know the radii of all circles are congruent. So I'm gonna set my compass, and it doesn't really matter what it is, as long as I guess it's smaller than the total length of this. So I'm gonna set my compass on the vertex of that angle, and I'm gonna draw my circle, okay? That guarantees that this point and the vertex and this point and the vertex are the same distances. And I don't even have to change this. I can just leave as is. So I'm gonna put my sharp point up on that intersection and make a tick mark. I have my sharp edge on the other one and make a tick mark. And then what do you think about that point? It turns out that that point has to be on the angle bisector. Well, the angle bisector clearly has to go through the vertex and then one other point, and there you go. This guy is the angle bisector. It cuts that angle into exactly two congruent angles. So if that's 22 degrees, that's 22 degrees. If that's 35, that's 35. I split them. Again, a circle and then boom, boom. And really it goes back to kind of like we're almost forming a kite, because again, this distance to here is the same as this distance to here. And in this case, I actually formed a rhombus because I didn't even change it. So actually in this case, all these guys were the same. And so that diagonal must split that angle in half. I'm gonna show you the process again. I'm gonna bisect this one. I'm gonna turn my paper a little bit. I'm gonna make the circle, make a circle. And again, it doesn't matter the length. I don't even have to change the length of this. I could if I wanted to, it doesn't matter. Let's make it bigger this time. It won't matter. Take my sharp on the one, make my tick mark, sharp on the other, make my tick mark. And what I know is that this intersection is on the angle bisector. So then I take my straight edge and I connect. So if I'm grading this on a test, I need to see that and a tick mark and a tick mark and the connection. We have now bisected an angle. That angle and that angle are for sure congruent. This line bisected that original angle. All right, we can even start talking about naming angles. That angle, we'll call all of this, we'll get a little more technical on this one. Okay, the original, the big angle was angle BAD. BAD was the original angle. And then what we decided is that we split that into two. Angle BAC is congruent to angle CAD. Okay, that angle is congruent to that angle. So we start getting a little more notation as to how we actually use letters in angles.